Yo, what is going on, you beautiful bastards? It's your boy Keith Normack, and I am back with another video. And this is my top 10 movies of 2017. 2017 was a good year. A lot of phenomenal, fantastic movies came out, and as well as some shit ones. But I'm going to be focusing on my favorite for today. Now, just to lay out some ground rules, these are only the movies that I've seen, and please feel free to agree with me if your movie didn't make it on this list. All right. Starting at number 10, this was a movie I thought was really gonna suck, and that was Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Now, I was really surprised by this movie. It was a satire for video games, and really beyond that, besides the title, it has nothing to do with Jumanji, but I found it very, very entertaining. The chemistry between Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson was always great, and it was nice seeing them together again, but what really stole the show for me was Jack Black as the chick that was turned into Jack Black. I thought that was really funny. Coming in at number 9, we have Mother. Now, I really didn't know what to expect going into this movie. I didn't really expect much, but all I knew was that Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence was in it. It's like, okay, I was interested. I didn't see the trailer or anything, but I saw that they were in it and I was interested. And boy, I was not ready for the mind fuck that I experienced. Now, I think this is Jennifer Lawrence's best performance of her career. That's just my opinion. And Javier Bardem, he is very, very entertaining. And also, like, the movie has very religious elements. I didn't really expect that coming in, but if you watch the movie, you can kind of spot them and you can put two and two together. I don't want to spoil it for you, but yeah, this is a bit of a mind fuck, but a entertaining mind fuck, if you will. Coming in at number 8, we have It. Now, I really did not want to see It because I've read the book, which scared the shit out of me. And, well, at least when I was younger, I saw the miniseries It, which scared the shit out of me, but I don't really scare that shit anymore. So I kind of wanted to see It, but not really. The only reason I wanted to see it is because the kid Richie, who was my favorite character of that movie, he was also in Stranger Things. That was the only reason I wanted to see it. But when I saw it, I was really surprised by the performance of Bill Skarsgård, aka Pennywise the Clown. I think he was actually more scary than the Tim Curry It, but like he still has that Tim Curry humor, but is more terrifying. But don't worry, Tim Curry, I still love you as It. Coming in at number 7, we have Wonder Woman. Now, let's be fair. In the eyes of most people, the DC EU is shit, and going into Wonder Woman, I thought it was going to be complete shit. But I was actually surprised. Gal Gadot's performance improves from Batman v Superman, and what's there to fucking say? Just, wow, this was very surprising. This was actually a very, very good movie. The themes of hope and wonder is really there. Is there spread out, and it's very entertaining and very clever. And even Chris Pine's Trevor makes a fine addition to the movie, so that's a plus. Coming in at number 6, which I feel is a underrated movie of the year, is Power Rangers. Now, I need to tell you something. I grew up with Power Rangers, and that's thanks to my brothers, which, by the way, I love you. You were very good brothers. You guided me to a very, very good path. And really, this movie just, its whole vibe was Power Rangers, and I was very happy about that. Really, the main standouts for me was Decker Montgomery as the Red Ranger, and can't remember his name right now, but the Blue Ranger. Those were really my two standouts for me, and also Walter White himself, aka Bryan Cranston as Zordon. I thought was kind of clever because for those that don't know, Bryan Cranston, he used to do the voiceovers of monsters during the original Mighty Morphin show. And hell, even Elizabeth Banks as Rita, like, it was, her role was kind of silly and serious, but she was genuinely scary and a good villain. And also, I also want to say that this movie was well acted all the way around. So, yeah, that's really a plus. Number 5, which, honestly, it's come to my attention that most people I know don't like this movie, but fuck you, I'm putting this on a list. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, I'm gonna say this once and only once. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is a fucking good movie. So I'm sorry if your fan theories or fan fiction didn't pan the fuck out. You better shut the fuck up. This is actually a good movie. It is well shot. The shots are beautiful and well acted. I like the chemistry between Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver. That's really the main pull force of the movie for me. And also Mark Hamill's return as Luke Skywalker. Honestly, this is Mark Hamill's best performance of his career, hands down. And his return is very welcome. And even even Poe, Finn, and Rose's part of the movie, I thought it was entertaining. I understand the criticisms of it, but it was still entertaining. So for those that keep complaining about that, please shut the fuck up. And number 4 is a MCU movie. Now, when I originally made this list, there were more MCU movies on there, but they're taking up a majority of the list, so I decided to choose one, and that movie was Thor Ragnarok. Now, Thor Ragnarok is the Thor movie that we all have been waiting for a long time. Thor 1 was pretty good. Thor 2, not so much. But Thor Ragnarok was not only a surprise, but a fun ride. Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston as Thor and Loki, always perfect. And I think with Chris Hemsworth around, he sticks out more because of this film's humor. And yeah, and he's kind of well acted. But also the inclusion of Hulk in this movie in Thor Ragnarok, that was very smart. And Mark Ruffalo, of course, does a phenomenal job. And actually, like with this movie, we got more screen time with Hulk than we did of Bruce Banner. Not to say that Bruce Banner is boring, but let's be honest, people want to see a Hulk movie for the Hulk. But also, Cate Blanchett as Hela, I thought that was very, very excellent casting. I cannot be more happy about that casting. And I can't spoil it for you, but if you watch the movie, her relation with her relation with Thor and Loki and all that, it's thrilling, surprising. Actually, well enjoy it. Hell, even Korg, played by the director Taika Waititi, that was very, very funny. I liked Korg in his moments. That was genuinely funny. And something really just about this movie in general, it's very, very funny. Even more funny than the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And that's kind of a bold statement. And as for Taika Waititi himself, excellent director. He knows what he was doing with Thor Ragnarok. And also, if in your spare time, you should check out What We Do in the Shadows. It's a good movie. Coming in at number 3. Now, for these top 3 movies, any of them could be number 1, but I'm just listing them to the ones I like the least to the ones I like the most. And number 3 is Logan. Now, Logan may at first be a comic book movie, but next it's a Western. And I gotta say, this is probably the best Western movie of all time. Daphne Keane as X-23 stole the show and played off Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, respectively. And Patrick Stewart gives the best performance he gives in a while, but to be honest, we haven't seen him much, but this is really a good performance. And so does Hugh Jackman. And their departures were both very satisfying and crying. I actually cried at this movie. And if you did not cry at the end of this movie, fuck you. Man, tears for days, man. Coming in at number 2, we have Get Out. Now, this movie is very suspenseful. It had me on the edge of my seat. I think the actor, Daniel Kell, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but Chris, his character, he's well acted. And also, I think the twist and themes and messages about this movie, they were very interesting. And also, Chris's best friend is fucking funny as fuck. I died of laughter every time he showed up. And also, I heard recently that Jordan Peele, the director of this movie, he might get nominated for an Oscar. And if he does, I would like that very much. But looking at the other movies that came out this year, that's probably not going to be the case. And my number 1 movie is, drumroll please, War for the Planet of the Apes. Oh my fucking god. Ever since Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I have loved these movies. Now, the first Planet of the Apes movie I saw, unfortunately, was that crappy Tim Burton one, which is very unfortunate. So, whenever I first saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I didn't really have high hopes for it, but I was surprised by it. And I was also surprised by Dawn, and I was surprised by this. Now, Woody Harrelson, he's actually a good villain. Like, coming from the work that I've seen him in usually, he's actually well acted. He gives a more serious, in-depth performance. And even Andy Serkis this time's around, like, he's always a good performer, but even with the mocap and everything, he emotes. Like, he's one of the best emotional face actors in Hollywood. He gives a very, very phenomenal performance. And I swear to Jesus, if they do not give this man an Oscar, I will boycott and burn down the Oscars. And I'm not joking, I'm really serious. They better give this boy an Oscar. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, like I said before, you're inclined to agree or disagree. I don't really give a shit. It's your boy Keith Normack, and I'm out.